Hello world, this is Simsol Reborn, and here with my trusty friend Shang the Great.
What's going on?
We're going to be playing some Ark today. Shang, you have anything you want to say?
Just want to say hello to all the YouTubers, YouTubies, people who like Ark videos, and just generally bored people who stumbled across us on the internet. Thank you for viewing.
That's great. So today we're going to see, we have a Dimorphodon that's flying around here. We want to see if we can tame this guy. And then we're going to build a little house to hold some dilos that lay eggs. What do you call that thing, Chang?
We can make it for dilos. I was thinking specifically for dodos. We're going to call it a chicken coop.
Chicken coop, yes. We're building a chicken coop. In addition to that, we might try to tame some animals, maybe get some boxes here in the house. Because right now it's pretty empty. It looks like we just bought the house, newlyweds. I'm so happy. Alright.
I don't like the kitchen. It needs complete remodeling.
Right. Well, it's a wooden house. So, yeah. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. I'm pretty close level. I'm pretty close to level 15. I'm about a little less than halfway, 1/3 of the way. Do you want to just shoot? Okay, I guess we're doing this.
Yep. I got impatient. I'm slingshotting this bad boy. Blood pack, thank you. Oh, I got a broken leg. And these things hit hard. I'm dead.
I think it's going to be my turn next.
Man, I can't believe I got wiped by that thing. I didn't think it was going to be that tough. I figured I'd knock it out with 3 or 4 stones. I must have put 6-8 stones on it. But at least I'm close to home, so.
Alright, well, maybe we won't be. I think we might not be taming a Dimorphodon in this episode.
You might be right. Not until we get some trank arrows. Trank arrows, we can knock it out quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I jumped the gun, so there's no excuse except for my impatience, but they're so cute, and they're great little buddies, and I wanted a little buddy to follow me around and share in my adventures with the stuff.
Oh, guess how stupid I am.
You didn't have your armor on, did you?
Not only that... Oh, I'm on Riley Island. I guess I'm not that stupid. I thought I managed to do it at South 2 or something.
Gotcha. Oh, for anybody who's unfamiliar, if you take a look at the map, all the way down in the southwest is a small island, sort of all by itself, and we have named that Riley Island. So if anybody's like, what are you talking about? It's not the official name. Well, you're right. It's not the official name, but that's just what we call it. So
it's the official Shenanigans and Tomfoolery name.
Exactly. The SAT server, we're all about that. So you guys who have different names for it, it's totally fine. It's Riley Island because it is.
And yes. Okay. So I'm just trying. I see some dodos here. I want to kill them because we want the meat. We gotta spoil it anyways. We want some narcotics. We want some narc arrows. And killing these dodos is kind of like the first stage in all of that epicness.
Yes, but I also have some spoiled meat, so if you want, it's already done. In preparation for this episode, I went ahead and spoiled 25 meat. We are going to want to keep the females, if we can, at least, there, Mr. Sim. Only because we're going to need them for the chicken coop. I'm
with you, but I didn't think we'd want to carry these things across the ocean and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're forever away, then don't worry about it.
It's kind of a walk.
Actually, yeah. With that in mind, I'm going to run around and try to go ahead and tame up some dodos. I got my behind whooped by that Dimorphodon, so I'm going to start with something a little easier, see if that goes better for me.
That was awesome. We got owned in the way that I've never been owned before.
By a level 16.
Like
That's crazy.
My butt still hurts a little bit.
Yeah, he wasn't very kind. He was all rude. I mean, in all fairness, I absolutely started that fight, but irrelevant. He was rude.
Yeah, that's kind of how that works.
Things go well, maybe you'll end up with another dilo or 2. That'd be nice.
Found a female. I might just try to go ahead and... I really don't want to run all that way back with it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Hey, if it's too far away, don't worry about it. You know.
I could build a raft. I think I have enough for a raft. I think I could... Yeah, I might do that. I might just go ahead and tame these guys, put them on a raft, and then come sailing in like the great Christopher Columbus. Except that raft's level 15 thing, so I will not be doing that. Alright. I'm coming home. I'm coming home, Ma.
Don't run into the water, Dodo.
Hey, would you, if you're near your body, would you mind looting my stuff for me, please? Just put it in one of those boxes.
Yeah, I'm not too close to you right now, but I can do that in just a minute. Alright, let me run on back and grab your stuff. Got a couple of dodos taming up. Hopefully they won't get eaten in my absence. I'm gonna go rescue your gear.
Yay. Don't worry, I'm not too far away, so if you don't feel like it.
I don't mind doing it, it's just a short run.
It was literally like minutes of work. I want you to know that.
Well, I'm very proud of the cloth shirt that I made for you, Mr. Sir, so we're not gonna have that going to spoil here. Come here.
Well, I'm on board.
Yep.
Wow, the coal is actually in the rock somehow. It looks like, yeah, epic coal.
Coal is mysterious.
Apparently, it's the little known inside a rock coal, the rock eating coal. Burrows into rock.
I've put aside. Oh, ran out of space.
Childish things.
No, I definitely have not put away my childish things.
Yeah, video games!
They're just so much fun.
Okay, I'm gonna just let my stamina come back just a smidge.
I am gonna go ahead and steal those meat berries off you because I'm taming the dodos. Anybody who watches this doesn't know, the majority of all of the herbivores are going to tame better on mejo berries than anything else. There are, of course, exceptions. You've got the
kibble.
You've got kibbles and things like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the berries of choices, when it comes to the yellow versus purple versus blue versus red, the overwhelming majority of the time, purple berries are going to be the way to go. So personally, I make it a policy, especially when we're early in game like this, that I won't eat any of the purple berries unless I'm in an absolute pinch. So I will save the purple berries and eat everything else, just so that when I do come across something I want to tame, dodo or whatever the case may be, I'm already equipped to do it. It's just easier that way. So that's just a thing I do.
And it's a good call. I usually do the same. That's why I have like 80 mojo berries on me, on my rotting corpse, that Shang was so kind as to rescue.
More accurately, I stole them from you.
Yes, rescue, that's what I said. Alright, I got my implant is probably not that important for survival. I'll probably just let that go. You can just hover over it and press O, and that thing it'll make it go away. My broken pickaxe, I don't need that anymore. I'll just let that go. Did you get my gear off of it, perchance?
I put it in the right box and the box in the middle, so your stuff is a little scattered.
Excellent. So I'm just holding down T to move all that stuff over. That's a heck of a lot easier than trying to drag each and every piece. All right.
Easy, tough dodo. Fall asleep, why don't you? Thank you. Oh, it died. Shenanigans.
And tomfoolery. I don't need this
dodo.
seed. I don't need that seed. I guess I could hold on to the seeds. At one point we'll be building a farm, so I'm going to just go ahead and hold on to those seeds. And those ones too. Alright, I got 27 more mojo. Alright, I got a little bit of meat here. I might just go ahead and cook some of it. No, Shang left me some meat, so I'll just... Spoiled! Some of it spoiled. Awesome. Okay, so, we have spoiled meat there. We have this mortar and pestle that Shang made earlier. I'm going to go ahead and learn narcotics. That's something that we both kind of learn, because it's always good to have narcotics. Isn't that right, Bill?
Yeah, Bill likes narcotics. They're used for all kinds of things. Don't ask me what, it's none of your business.
Thanks, Bill. Alright. So...
Who was that guy? That guy sounds cool.
I don't know, but I like him already.
I bet he's a role model for our younger viewers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just don't ask your parents, because they will disagree. Probably.
I agree that they will disagree. And for the record, huge fan of not being on narcotics. Alright. So, we need a lot more rotten meats. We're sitting here looking at like near 100 narcotics, or narcoberries, and it takes 5 narcoberries per narcotic. And it also takes 1 rotten meat. So what I did is I took the stack of meat that I had that was just kind of, this stuff's stacked up. And all you have to do is you have to hold the control button and then drag a meat off. And when you do that, it's going to unstack it like that. And this way, each and every meat is rotting at the same time. They're not rotting one at a time in a stack. It's kind of a quick way to rot your meat faster, so you can make narcotics faster, so you can tame delicious dinosaurs faster.
Bill likes delicious dinos.
Yeah. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to run around here, see if I can find some dodos, and follow the illustrious Shang-Ra's example of taming dodos for this beautiful dodo pen.
Sounds good. As it sits now, we are currently 3 dodos strong. I have 2 females, 1 male, and I have a 4th one taming. So any time now, we should go ahead and have that 4th. So it's coming along nicely. My general rule of thumb, guys, just whenever it comes to taming the dinosaurs, especially dinosaurs that I'm going to use specifically for an egg gathering purpose, I'll generally have 5 females, 1 male. Now, that's not a limit. It's not by any means a hard and fast rule. You can certainly have more females to 1 male. You can have more males if you want to. It's totally a matter of preference. Just for me, that's the way I like to do it. I find that it's easy enough. Now, the dodos generate eggs at a really, really quick rate. With that being said, you don't need a whole lot of dodos. I find that a single foundation structure, 3 walls, 1 door frame, I can fit all the dodos in there. I can fit 5 females and 1 male, and that's enough because I can reach in there and go ahead and get a hold of them easily enough. So as it sits now, I have 4 dodos total. The 4th one just tamed up. I've got 3 female, 1 male, and I'm going to go ahead and get 2 more females if I can. But it doesn't take a whole lot. With the other species, you might want some more. And again, the great value on that is the eggs. The eggs make a special kind of kibble for taming the type of dinosaurs you're going after. So it's definitely well worth the effort. It seems like a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's not. It's super worth it.
Sleeping. I have a sleeping lady here. What do you say we put some drugs on her?
Sounds good. I mean, she won't need the narcotics. Just the Mijos. I'm going to head and throw some Mijos on her and she's good to go. So we need 1 more lady. And then after that, all of our dodo needs will be satisfied. I'm still keeping an eye out for any dilos. So if you come across any, please tame them, knock them out. If you can't, let me know and I'll be happy to do so.
I found a male. Male dodos are only good for 1 thing.
Simsol thinks he's Xeno. We don't have the heart to tell him that he's not. So
I am Xeno the Warrior Prince, okay? So that's what
Xeno?
That's how that works. Xeno, yes.
Xeno.
I am Xeno, Warrior Prince.
Oh, here's a lady. Oh, by the way, if you have just your fist, you can knock out a dodo that way. Using a slingshot works, but if you shoot them in the head, they have a tendency to die on you. Go ahead and spend the 2 or 3 points, whatever it is, and go ahead and learn the engram for the club, because it transfers all of your mechanical damage into tarpor damage, which is what keeps them asleep. So I went ahead and did that. It is way easier knocking a dodo out using a club than it is with anything else. That's just my opinion. The difference is pretty extraordinary, so give that a shot. I definitely recommend it if you're going to go ahead and get your own egg farm going. Way easier method. And it's easier than having to gather stones, so serious plus there.
Alright, I'm going to take our little posse of dodos home.
Sounds good. I'm taming another one. I got the 5th one, and she's currently halfway tamed, so I'm going to be bringing her home soon enough.
So all I'm doing here is I'm just kind of putting the dodo in the center of my screen and pressing T. That'll let these guys follow you. And on the way home, I'm going to try to be careful not to antagonize any aggressive meat eaters. I don't want them to eat up all my dodos. Look at the cute little dodos running. They're so ready.
They are. T will let you select one individually, If you hit J, you will do a whistle for everything in your area, which is a good thing whenever you're far away from your main structure, but it's a bad thing if you're near it because you can move all of the dinos out of whack and put them in a place that you did not intend for them to go. So
Yeah.
it's a curse and a blessing depending on when you use it.
I usually just do T all the time because it's easier than trying to know what's around me.
Right. Do we need a parasaur for any reason at all?
Nah, I don't think so.
We've got one here which is stuck.
I'm not against, getting that trike over there.
I'm gonna go ahead and kill this parasaur.
Okay.
Oh, you wanna know what's so sick? My dodo is attacking it. Oh no way, it got free. Alright. Well, never mind. I shouldn't have gotten arrogant, I should have just killed it.
So when we are building a dodo chicken coop,
Chicken coop.
we kind of just lay one foundation down, then we walk these ladies up onto the foundation. We ask the stud to step away from the pack because he's gonna have plenty of time to do all that later. Then we pull the stud into the house where he's safe because you lose a lady or two, it's not a biggie. You lose a stud, man, that stops all egg production. So we keep the ladies in the coop and we keep the stud in the house, which isn't it's not taking up a terrible amount of room. So Shang, you alright if I just go ahead and building the chicken coop?
Yeah, go for it. We're gonna go ahead and bring in this fifth lady. She's on her way now. Another note too, early on in the stages you don't have a refrigerator, you don't have a preserving bin. Those are things you have to earn. With that being said, you'll find that the spoil rate for any of you new players is different. When you have an item, let's say raw meat for example, and it's sitting inside a box, it's going to spoil pretty quickly. I think the spoil time is only just a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes. If you put it on your person, that extends to something like 8 or 10 minutes. If you put it on a dinosaur, it extends quite a bit. I think it goes to like 40 minutes or 60 minutes. With that being said, I do the same thing when it comes to the eggs. An egg again will spoil relatively quickly, so what I like to do is I will gather all of the eggs from the ladies in the chicken coop and then I'll put them on the egg stud, if there is such a thing, from a dodo, which is essentially a chicken duck thing, and then I'll go ahead and leave them all on them. So that's one more advantage to having them inside the building, is that it just makes it easier to keep track of where you put those eggs. I'll do the same thing for the dilos, which is the only other animal offhand I can think of that can actually successfully fit through an individual door frame on a house. So, good stuff there.
What do you think, right about here?
What happened to that other one you tamed here? Because I'm counting 4 ladies and 1 gentleman, unless you put the gentleman inside the house.
I did.
Oh. Oh, never mind. Yeah, close is fine, as long as you're within an approximate vicinity. Concerning the chicken coop is just fine. You have to be close-ish to the male, but not necessarily close. So
Right.
anywhere relatively close to your house will be just fine. Not to mention you don't want to run too far in order to check on the egg production, which happens pretty quickly. So
Yeah, my concerns, so I'm kind of hesitating on where I'm going to put this. My concerns are that I don't want it any closer to that stuff because it'll stop those trees from growing back, and I don't want it any closer to that stuff up there because it'll stop those trees from growing back too. So if I place it kind of right here where it is, walking the little chicken guys up onto it will be kind of a pain because the only way you can do it is to come up the hill and then onto the deal, which isn't terrible, but harvesting later will be tougher too because you got to run around the house and up, and so I'd really rather just have it to where you can kind of go right up on it, and the only way to do that is to kind of put it up here a little bit away from the house. I think it'll be okay, like kind of right where Shang is standing. Shang, what do you think about me putting it right where you're standing?
that sounds really good. Like I didn't really mean it to be that way, but I'm looking at that location from where I'm standing, and that's kind of a golden spot to place it, just because the topography is working with us, the curvature of the land is working with us, and we'll be able to put the dodos in the house really easily. And once they're well placed, you really won't have to mess with them again, except in the off chance something gets in there and tries to eat your chickens. So it should be fine. But I think that's a good spot for them.
Yeah. So another thing we're considering is that we're going to be building a dilo coop right next to it. And we might make the chicken coop 1 wide and the dilo coop 2 wide. So we want to leave enough room to be able to have the dilo coop right next door to it. So I think I'm just going to put the chicken coop right about here and hope for the best. Alright, I guess I have everything I need on it now. So do you...
Oh, they've already laid an egg. Take a look at this here real quick, Sim.
They made an egg?
They made an egg. This lady right in the middle, Dodo 52, I haven't named them yet. There's an egg right on the ground.
Dodo 52, look at that. Good girl. Good girl.
Yeah, if you can highlight over that, it'll show you the decomposition time. On my screen, it shows 28 minutes. Now, these eggs will despawn in 30 minutes. Now, once you pick... You know what? I should go ahead and let you show the people there. Sim, if you don't mind, let me go ahead and drop that real quick. Go ahead and pick up that egg if you'd be so kind.
Where the heck did it go?
Oh no. Did it flash through? Oh, here it is.
Alright.
So it shows the decomposition time. Then after you've picked them up, it shows you another decomposition time when it's in your physical person. Then go ahead and place it in another dinosaur. And you'll see that the decomposition time goes from like 8 days to like 40 days or something. The increase is tremendous. So if you can, you want to leave your stuff on a dinosaur just because they spoil things much slower than we do, us rotten humans spoiling stuff. But anyway, that's what they do. That's one of the great things that dinosaur tames bring to the table.
So I like to let the men hold it. Hey, look, we have more spoiled meat. Let's go ahead and burn some more narcotics. So I'm just going to take and move those over with T, and I have a few narco berries there too. Going up here, clicking on drugs, clicking on that, clicking 15. We have more narcotics. That is great. Alright, so at 5 per, I think 15 might be pretty... What, I guess 20 is our limit with 100 narcos. So, that's that. So, how's it coming? Are you able to get these guys on here pretty easy?
Yeah, I've got a compy who wants to not make friends. I'm going to go ahead and end him. No.
What button did you press for that?
Semicolon. Semicolon pacifies all the animals within your area. And, you know, if we were getting attacked by something big, I might go ahead and let them attack it, you know, just for sake of trying to fight it off. But I don't want to go ahead and lose our dodos, especially not that quickly, not after a single compy, you know. If we had a whole mess of them, I might go ahead and let them loose and let them do what they can do. So, but anyway, semicolon will pacify any animals within your area. That's a really great button. Go ahead and learn that one. You're going to need it whenever it comes to taming other things down the road, so super helpful.
Why will you not be my friend? I want you to follow me. Okay, that one is. That one is not, so I'll just press... Yeah, okay, good. Alright, are you guys all following me now? Yeah, good, alright. Come with me. Who's the rubble rousers? Really? One person? One of them was the only one?
If you don't mind me saying there, Sim, what I like to do is I like to get them all and give them a big long head start because they don't corner for nothing. But they run in a straight line just fine. So I'll get a couple back here, back them way up, way longer than like necessary, and then just run right over the top of the structure. And then you're going to see two come right on top of that pad. Once they land on top of that pad, I'm going to hit Y. Well, at least one will. Oh, U makes them unfollow. Never mind. Fail on me.
You made him unfollow me, I think.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I hit Y instead of U, and apparently I made it follow me instead.
I think I just got overly ambitious with 5 of them.
There we go. Hop on top of those pads. There's one. And... Pause. Good girls. And the reason why we're doing this, guys, is we're doing it this way because it's simply easier to place them when you don't have all the walls placed.
They just ran around the house instead of climbing up on there for me.
You're being fussy today, huh?
Maybe 2 is too many for me. I'm special. Guess who just hit level 15? I'm not going to say many names, Simsol Reborn.
Don't know who you're referring to, Mr. Sir.
I can make ladders now. I'm learning ladders.
Ladders are going to be helpful.
Alright. I'm not going to mess... I mean, I'm going to learn the stone wall because, I mean, stone walls are great, but we really don't need those yet.
No.
Everything else... I'm going to learn large storage box. That's going to be useful here. I'm going to wait until Shane gets up to level for the bow and arrow, I think.
Yeah, I'm not far away either. Oh, look, they dropped another egg. I love the dodos.
Alright, let's see if we can get these guys to lay down. Get on...
That one's a little special. Okay, if you hit a U, that one will stop. Alright, cool. So all but one. That's not too bad.
I got one on! I'm glad he did that to you too, because...
Oh, I got all the lags. Reversing. Involuntary reversing of the stuff.
Get out of here!
Alright.
Oh, yeah, he's... Oh, yeah, good thing you got off that. It would have been over... Oh, you want to do it again? Alright, cool.
There we go. Alright, we got them placed. So, let's go ahead and place those other walls there, Mr. Sim, if you would be so kind. And that will prevent them from getting around. I'll be AFKs. Hang on just a minute.
Alright, I want to kill this delicious parasaur. Die, parasaur, die! Boy, he's a pretty big one. I've been beating on him for a second and he hasn't decided to go down yet. Alright. So my strategy there was pretty much to just get him to be stuck on these rocks, and that makes it easier to kill him. I mean, I could have easily tamed him or whatever, but parasaurs, they don't really carry their weight in any real meaningful way. I'll be able to outrun them very quickly, very soon, and they don't really carry that much either. So in that regard, even a trike has them beat by a lot. So, parasaur, die. That's my motto. I think I want to build another thatched door just because we usually like to come after these ladies from the back, because that just makes it easier to get to the, you know, the eggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a thatched door on the front and the back. This actually deviates from our typical design, but I don't think it deviates in a meaningful way. So I was going to craft a thatched door frame there, place it on there, and life will be good. Okay, my next mission is going to be to put some doors on this guy. The reason why we put doors on them is because dilos or anything like that can get in there. And if a dilo gets in there, I mean, you can imagine, these dodos aren't going anywhere. The dilo's just going to have a field day, eating them up, and it's going to be a fat, happy dilo and escape like a fox that's been in the chicken coop. So, to that end, we're going to build some thatched doors. Just 2, I think. Okay, we'll let those cook. That's awesome. And after that's done, we will have this chicken coop all complete. So, put the doors on there. There you go. Press 9, because I have it on the 9th hole. And our chicken coop is complete. You want in, you just walk in, press E, and that's going to keep your dilos out of there, and you're going to be able to dilos and compies. Seriously, just close the door, please. Thanks. And you're going to be able to have eggs whenever you want. Just walk in there and have eggs. We'll probably add, this is kind of a steep incline, and it was a little bit awkward get that door open. So we'll probably add a ramp there to get up in here a little easier. But that's all there is to it. Come on, I'm trying to get the angle just right so I can get that door closed again. I really am not liking the way that's working out. Alright, so I think the next thing on our to-do list was to get a bunch of boxes in here. So we're gonna walk into the house here. Am I level 15? I think I might make a... I'm gonna go ahead and learn make a ladder too. I think I already learned it, right? I did. Here you go. So I'm just gonna craft a ladder real quick. And we'll replace this ladder later on when Shang learns the hatch. But for now, we're just going to place this thing right there. And what that'll let us do is click on this thing to climb up and just get on the roof, and we'll be able to shoot at this nasty little trike over here or whatever we see. And tame things easier. So I think I'm going to do is gather some materials off screen real quick, and then we'll go ahead and place some boxes down here so we can have a place for future gathering sessions, and then we might see if we can tame that trike or something like that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and I'll start it again whenever that happens. Okay, and we did some harvesting. We didn't do a lot of harvesting. Pretty much what I did is I made these 8 boxes here. I deforested the top of the hill with the of all the berry bushes, which gave me an ungodly amount of thatch, which I transformed into an ungodly amount of hats, which is kind of a quick and easy way to gain a bunch of experience. I gained a full level like that, and I'm not done. I'll probably see another half level by the time I'm done with all of this. So no one needs a million hats, so what you can do is you can just hold your cursor over one of the, like a level down, and just hold the O button and it'll just chuck those guys for you automatically. I think I just got rid of my fiber, which might be necessary for the crafting of the hats, but we'll see. Alright.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the hats are made entirely out of fiber, so that's the material. But when you're low level and 2 experience is actually worth gaining, it's a good idea. That's a really nice low level tip, Sim, that you can go ahead and just start making a whole bunch of hats. Because fibers are easy to get. You need to get the berries anyway because you got to have food early on as a food source. So definitely a nice tip. It's a good thing to learn. Yeah,
I actually learned that from Shang, if you can believe that.
And I learned that from watching somebody else, probably Slip. But yeah. It's one of those cool things that just kind of floats around. When you're early on enough level, gaining 2 experience once you're higher levels is nothing. I mean, you don't even notice it. But early on, 2 experience counts for something. So it's cool whenever you can go ahead and gain those. And of course, the material cost is almost nothing. So it's one of those things you may as well go ahead and do it. Alright, and Sim, you mentioned you wanted to tame a trike. Well, I have good news and bad news.
Okay.
Over on Little Compy Island, I found 2 trikes. The bad news is they're mate boosted, so we're going to have to kill the one. The good news is one of these bad boys is level 112.
Oh my.
Yeah, so if you're feeling super gutsy and bravado-esque, we could probably tame ourselves a real Babajamma.
So, just a little bit of side story. Compy Island, if you're looking at the map, in the bottom left of the map, there's a little island. That's where we're at now. On the northern part of that little island, there's a section of island that's almost its own little island, and that's what we call Compy Island. So, I think that's okay. I am down with having a high-level trike. Starting off the game with like a over 100 level trike is always good. It's worth pointing out that I'm like a slither away from level 20 and some narco arrows, which will really change the way that goes down. It's also worth pointing out that we only have 49 narcotics, and with only 49 narcotics, that's gonna... You want to keep up... I'm guessing, what, maybe 20 of those? What do you think there, Shang?
Yeah, probably a bare minimum of that. It's going to take quite a bit to tame up a real high level, so maybe sort of like a mid-level. There's a level 44 running around here. For our current level, we don't want to box too heavily outside our own weight class, simply because you're begging for trouble. But a level 44 is nothing to be, that's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, those things are very, very valuable, and we're taming a trike, not necessarily as like a fighting mount. While they are a pretty good defensive mount, it's more about the utilitarian aspect of it. It's the berry gathering, it's the ability to tear down trees, gain thatch, and so forth. That's really why we want ourselves a trike. So super high level is nice, but definitely not necessary. It's sort of one of those luxurious perks that you don't have to have. So.
Alright, so do you want to just hope that guy sticks around for a little bit and go after this level 44 that's right next to the house?
Yeah, I think knocking out a 44 is a little more practical for now, but you guys stay tuned. Come on back. Chances are we'll end up popping that level 112. I'm currently up on this handsome to-do rock, so if you don't mind being the bait, you can shoot him, bring him my way, and I'm happy to pop him. I'm up on that same rock before that I was shooting the Sarco from.
I'm going to do that, but I want to show the viewers. I picked up a couple. Oh, hey, there's a green drop coming down. I'm going to get that before we get this. There is an entire set of hide for you in this box. I got that off of a green drop that was across the way.
Sweet. Yeah.
So I also got the thatch things that you see in there. I got those off of a white drop. So I just wanted to update the viewers and let them know what we got while we were. It was just right across the way, right where I'm looking. All right, so this drop is coming down. Maybe if I'm lucky, there'll be another complete set of hide that I can pilfer for myself. That would really be ideal. I see a dodo down there. We'll probably leave him alone because we got our dodo set.
Our quota.
Yeah, we met our quota for dodos. Oh, I think they knew what we were going to do. You won't believe what's in this.
Trike saddle.
Better.
What?
A ramshackle trike saddle blueprint.
Nice.
That's awesome. It's like they knew what we were trying to do and gave us the saddle that we need for it.
That is an awesome, awesome, awesome score. For people who don't understand the way the items work, so you can make items yourself. Those are primitive level items. Now, once you go up a little bit, and you can find these in supply drops and in caves and stuff like that, but once you find them, you ideally want to find yourselves, it goes ramshackle, it goes from primitive to ramshackle to apprentice, journeyman, mastercraft, and then there's some other one on top of that. It's like epic or divine or some crazy name, I forget what it's called. But basically, the higher level an item you get, the better it is. It's going to have greater strength, it's going to have better durability. If it's a blueprint in this instance, it's going to cost us more materials to make, but we don't care. Totally worth it. It's going to make our trike all the more safe in case it should encounter some baddies going out, harvesting berries and stuff. And those are invaluable concerning getting your narco berries and making more tranks to gather more stuff. It's just a fantastic cycle of amazing is really what it comes down to. So that's an amazing find, especially considering what we're about to do.
And we're like level 20. I mean, we've been playing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's nuts. I mean, honestly, there's probably nothing that could have fallen into a drop that would benefit us more than that at this stage in our gameplay. So, Ark totally threw us a bone just now.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down all these boxes I have in here just because I don't want to die with them on me. I'm going to go ahead and use this blood extractor too, so I have at least one patch. I'm also making a bow and arrow for me and for my buddy Shang, and that way we'll be able to pull easier from a distance. I just happen to be the level. I realize I have the slingshot, so I have to make the bow and arrow. Shang's actually a little bit better at placing these. He likes to go into the K menu and use that to line these things up perfectly. And it looks good when he's done, but I don't have the patience for that at this moment.
I'm launching Hail Mary stones at this trike with almost no chance of hitting him. Holy crap, I hit him, but the game didn't register because it was so far away. I actually saw the rock hit him to where it gives that little white puff whenever you hit something. So I did. I actually hit him. It was too far away for the game to register it. That's crazy.
So you gotta be a little bit careful when you're placing these things. If you place it too close to the door, you'll actually make it hard to get in. And I see that kind of to be green, I have to. I think we're okay.
perfect set.
I think that's going to be okay just like that. So we got our boxes. They're not perfect, but they're not terrible either. I'm going to see if I can duplicate that exact setting on this other side here.
Alright, man, our dodo farm is already paying dividends. I was able to gather a few more eggs. We are currently sitting at 13 dodo eggs, which is fantastic. To put that into perspective, guys, we don't have the other things we need in order to start making dodo-based kibble, because it requires rock carrots, which is a seed that you gather, and then you have to put it in a crop plot and then grow, and that takes time, and fertilizer is best, but if not, poop will work. And I mean, there's steps. It's involved. However, with that amount of eggs, you can make enough kibble at this point that we could tame probably a perfect level pteranodon or pretty close to it, which of course is huge. So when we get into the taming, and we'll definitely get into that a little bit further on, don't worry about that. I mean, episodes down the road, we will definitely be doing that. Myself, I mean, Sim can attest to this. I'm a bit of a tameaholic. I freaking love taming. It's a lot of fun for me. With that being said, we will have some great taming videos to show you, but it has to do with taming efficiency and how many bonus levels you get on an animal when you tame with its favorite kind of food, and it's a whole thing. I can't wait to get into those episodes. We're more than happy to show you guys later, but the fact that we're gaining those many eggs that fast is huge. That in itself is really, really, really epic. So, and again, of course, they can use it as an emergency food source. You gain, I think, like 20 food off of each egg. It's pretty generous. So if you have to and you're in a pinch, you can certainly use it for that.
So what I'm doing now is I'm gathering some flint. I need the flint in order to make the arrows, and then we'll need the arrows to make the narco arrows, which we need to put the trike to sleep. So it's kind of a quid pro quo, Clarice, or something along those lines. Probably not the best analogy, but it certainly works. So we only have like 40 narcotics, so it only doesn't make sense to make more than 30 arrows. That'll give me and Chang each 15, and once we run out of our arrows, we'll have to fall back to our slingshots.
Yeah.
So it might not hurt for us to have a spare slingshot on our person, because once we get stuck up on those rocks, we're not going to be able to just get down and rebuild or do anything of that nature. We're going to be stuck up on those rocks. So it would pay to have food and shelter and, you know, a tax attorney and all sorts of good stuff just to make sure you're set. You're set.
Well, you never know when you're going to need a tax attorney.
Well, yeah, I mean, those guys will scare off anybody.
Yeah, exactly. We live in the United States, by the way. I mean, I accept it. You know, I expect that at some point we're going to have viewers from all over the world, different places. You know, perhaps the UK or Australia, whatever the case is. In the US, a tax attorney can be your friend. So just FYI, be nice to them. It helps. It does. And anybody who's under 18 who's not in the working force, take that advice now. That is going to help you out so much. Oh, look at those boxes. Sam, you handsome devil. These things are coming together nicely. I haven't actually been inside in a minute, so I haven't seen all the cool stuff that you've been putting together.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell anyone. I put this little ladder here so we can actually tame from on top of this house, which might be easier than trying to, like...
How tight skis is that? That's awesome.
Trying to do it from that rock. I'm not sure if we want to do this with wood. I think a trike might still be able to hit us from up here, so this could be more fun than we intend, but, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so Shang, I'm gonna put your arrows in your rock over here.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, if you're going to go after a rock of any stature, you're gonna probably want more than this. We're just kind of doing this because we're ill-prepared, and it's more fun. It's more fun to be ill-prepared sometimes because you're just gonna end up fighting more. So that's what's going down here. I'm a little torn here because I want to keep this blueprint on my person, but animals that get mad at you and that defeat you will like start tearing down your house, and I'm afraid that if I put my blueprint in here that the trike will get it. But I think this is probably the safest place. I'm pretty likely to die fighting this trike. I'm guessing that the blueprint will be safest in here.
Probably so.
Alright, so are you,
Just as a precaution, something I've noticed, guys, and this is something that we should have done early on, and I'm only just now thinking of it, so shame on me for that. We don't have a bed. You know, for obvious reasons, you're going to want a bed in this game because that's what you choose to respawn from. So even in the event, like, let's say I fall off the house and I get killed by the trike, if we have a bed, I can respawn right inside the bed. Now, the really cool thing about respawning is that whatever animal was ticked off at you is no longer ticked off at you. It's one of those really, really great things that Ark puts together for you, that unless you go up and like re-antagonize it, you're pretty much fine as wine. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and run over and drop off a bed inside the house, just so that if and when this should happen, we have something to respond to. After that, good sir, I will be more than happy to antagonize a trike, and we can get that going. So it should be
great. So I'm building I just repaired my slingshot because I'm guessing that I'll break a slingshot up there and we'll still have stones left over afterwards. So I'm going to build a backup slingshot that I'll be able to use whenever that first slingshot runs out. Shang, are you interested in a backup slingshot?
I'm in good shape. I have everything I need to repair one in the event that becomes necessary, but honestly, I think I'm going to be okay. I just repaired mine, so it's in fresh order and all that stuff. So,
excellent. Alright, well I think we're getting really close to being ready to go after our trike friend. So we only have about 50 mojo berries on a refrigerator here.
I have mojos on me, and I also had just placed a bunch on the dodos. So we've got it. We've got 200 plus, more than enough to tame this trike.
Alright, then we're good. We're good there. We only have 19 narcotics. That's not a huge deal because we like to use the starvation method, and starvation method is something we've taken from our fellow YouTubers. And you pretty much you just let your animal let their hunger go down a lot, and when that happens, whenever you do place food on them, they'll eat it all up, and they'll kind of tame all at once, and it saves you from having to babysit them the whole time.
Right, which is great. I mean, there was a whole argument back and forth. Does this tame faster or more efficiently? And as far as I can tell, the answer is no. It does not tame any faster. It doesn't necessarily tame slower either. However, it's a lot less work. You knock them out, and that's it. And you just let the health drop to, or not the health, but you let the food drop to about 50%, or even down to a total of 1/3 of its total capacity. Drop some food on it, and just like Sim said, it skyrockets through the taming, and you're done in no time. So it's super handy. It's our favorite method.
Right. So I'm going. Hey, buddy. What I'm going to do is I see a level 44 trike over there. Let's go poke it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to shoot that thing from a distance, right? And then I'm going to lead it back here around these rocks, between the house and the rock where Shang is sitting up here. Shang is going to hit it twice, and when he's hit it twice, it should be more mad at him than it is at me. In which case, it'll run over here, straight up here, and try to get him, and will be unable to get him because he's on the rock. At which time, I will be free to go into the house and climb up into our little taming area and try to shoot him more slowly than Billy. That way, more than Shang. That way, Shang holds aggro, and I'm just kind of assisting. So we only have 15 arrows each, so we're kind of expecting that we'll run out of arrows, and then the trike will have to end up getting the trike to fall asleep using rocks, which isn't terrible, but it's not ideal either.
Yeah. You know what? I'm feeling optimistic. I think between our 30 arrows, we can knock it out. So we're going to find out. I think what we'll do is you have 30, or you have 15, I have 15. That's 30 total, and what we'll do is we'll just count out the difference afterwards if we don't use them all. But something tells me we can knock this bad boy out as long as we don't miss too much. Should be good to go.
So that's your level 44. Now my running speed isn't phenomenal, so I'm going to try to get a little bit of a head start over here. There's a big old rock over here. It might be easier just to shoot it from over here there.
Well, let me take a look at that rock real quick. I like this one because I know I can get up it, and it's really difficult for a trike to get up there.
Yeah, this one's even more difficult for a trike to get up, and I think we can access it from the back if I recall.
Yeah, the front doesn't look like a plausible thing.
I might be wrong on this. I might just be loopier than a $2 bill. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think you can actually say loopier than a $2 bill.
Yeah, well, maybe you're making up new expressions, man. You can do that. You are the illustrious Simsol. You can make stuff up and things.
Excellent. So we might... what I'm guessing is I might be able to jump across that little chasm up there, so I'm going to try approaching it from the side.
If not, I like my place well enough. It's pretty.
It's
pretty
kind
happy
of...
and kosher.
It is a nice area, but it's a little bit of a walk. Especially with the trike following you. Let me up, please. I want up. Alright, well, I guess this isn't a thing. Alright, well, if you want to go back to your place, I will antagonize.
Antagonizificate?
Yeah.
That's a word. Alright, let's do it.
Alright, I'm going to give you a little bit of a head start, because I know it might take you a second to get up there. I'm going to intentionally shoot this guy in the back, because I know he's going to have to turn around in a circle. Alright, I'm out.
Alright, I am safe and good to go.
Alright, I'm not going to run too fast, because I want him to see me. You run too fast,
he definitely sees you.
He'll get disinterested, and he's catching on me a little bit. That's good. Hi! What? Okay, so I've put 2 arrows in him now. It might take more than one. I wonder if it's because he lost sight of me. Yeah, it might be that.
I've got 3 arrows on him now. I think it's a closeness thing. The closer you are, the more interested he is in you.
He got me!
That's alright, I got his attention now.
Alright, so...
Oh, it's a lady. Hello, pretty lady with the green head. Alright, she's running off, but that's part of the new game mechanics. We expected that. Oh, I knocked her out. She's down. She's across the river, and I have 1 arrow left. How do you like me now?
And I have 11 arrows left, so that's pretty good.
Awesome.
So let's
We're
have a look
pretty
at
efficient on the arrow usage.
I'm not 100% happy with our location. There was a raptor that was skulking around over there a little bit, so this might not be the safest place to tame, but I think we'll be okay. We're looking at, you can look at her conscious bar there. You see the purple bar, it's kind of going down slowly. That's how you know how long until she wakes up. And underneath it is the put here food and inventory to tame bar, and that's how much she likes you. So when that bar goes all the way up, she'll be your friend. Then up top you see a little trike icon, and then next to that is the plus. Plus is the health. The next icon you can kind of ignore. The icon following that is your hunger, is the animal's hunger, and that's what you really want to pay attention to. You want the hunger to be about halfway, maybe a little more, and once that's done, you'll be able to get this low-level trike to stand up. If this was like a perfect tame, we would probably let it go like down to 1/3, and then start the feeding, just to be sure that the animal will eat all of the food before it likes us.
So I found a turtle that I thought was stuck, and I'm just shooting rocks into it to knock it out. FYI, guys, if you ever decide you're going to fight a turtle and you're fighting on land, it's generally easier to knock it out first and then try to kill it. Reason for that is because they have a lot of HPs. I mean, you can kill them the manual way just by, throwing spears and, hatchets and all that good noise. But they have so many HPs, it takes a long time to kill one of these. In my experience, it is way faster to knock one out due to tarpor, and then after that, stab it with a spear, whatever you're going to do, and knock it out that way. So that's what I'm doing. And thank you for the assist there, Simsol. It is now asleep, and we can spear it.
I'll leave that to my buddy. I'll just come over here and kind of supervise. So my biggest concern here while leaving this trike over here is that some compy or something Dilo is going to come along and try to have a bite. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of scout the area out, and that'll let you know exactly what's in the what danger is there. I don't see anything on this side so far that looks too threatening. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and harvest this stuff while I'm waiting for it to tame. I probably won't. I'll probably end up doing something else while I wait for it to tame. But right now, the most fearsome thing is a female parasaur that's level 12. I think we're going to be okay. Shang, what do you think?
Just barely. I mean, if you live through that, it's going to be a miracle.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm probably going to... I don't know, is there something over there that's worth taming? Something else over there that's worth taming?
Nothing I see just yet. I'm going to drop off a few things. And I can let you know here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple more narcotics. We only had enough to make about 4 more, but it's something.
That's actually a good point. So what I think I will go ahead and... so narco berries, when you don't have narcotics, narco berries can be used to make these guys sleep. The unconscious bar is moving pretty slow compared to some other animals. She's been sitting here for a second and she's only down a little over 100. So what you can do to try to keep up with that is to... While she's sleeping there, you can just run around to these bushes next to it and then get narco berries like what we just picked up. We've picked up 4 so far. We've harvested 2 bushes, 6. Once you get a fair number of them, you can go over to the trike with them in your inventory, press F to access the trike, and then just drag your narco berries over and then click on them and then click this remote use. And that'll make your tarpo go back up. I think it's kind of slow using narco berries. I want to say it's like 5 per. In contrast, the narcotics will be about 40 per. So it'll take like 20 of those things just to do 100, whereas a narcotic will I don't know, like 2.5 will do that. We'll do 100. Is that about right, Shang? What do you think?
That's exactly right. Because your narco berries were going to give you about 5 tarpor each. If you use 5 of those, that should translate to 25 if you're using berries. But if you combine that with a raw spoiled meat and turn that into a narcotic, you actually get 40 tarpor. Super helpful. That's really, really valuable, especially on your higher level animals. These trikes are pretty easy to tame. It's one of the earlier tames you're going to want to get. Like, as soon as you have the ability to make a saddle, go ahead and get yourself a trike. You will definitely not regret it. They're one of those versatile mounts which they make pretty good pack mules. They can carry a reasonable amount of stuff. They're okay at gathering wood. They're okay at gathering thatch. They're good berry gatherers because they have an AoE attack. Like, you watch Sim and I gather berries and we have to run to each bush and we have to watch our little character's hand jump out and try to grab it 2, 3, 4 times, and then we have all the berries harvested. I don't want to give it away, but with the AoE, the difference of how quickly you can gather berries on a trike, I mean, there's really no night and day is not a sharp enough contrast. It really
phenomenal.
isn't.
Yeah,
it's great. So
it's
you'll see that once we get this thing tamed up and happy with a saddle, and we can show it off. It's pretty epic.
It's like a nuke versus regular bomb. I think that's
yeah, pretty huge. I mean, you can get the job done the old-fashioned way, but honestly, once you have a trick, you're going to be spoiled, and you're never going to want to go back. It's just a superior way of doing things. Not to mention, they're pretty solid as a defensive mount too. If something comes after you, they're going to take out any individual raptor. If you got a pack of raptors, you're in trouble. If you got 1 raptor, 2 raptors, chances are your trike can swing it. I mean, it's a great all-around mount to have. One of the early game most versatile mounts out there for sure. They're fantastic. I can't say enough good things about trikes.
So if you want to have an idea of how long it's going to take this guy to tame down, because different animals will tame in different time period intervals. Like Shang had those dodos standing up in like minutes, but we've already been here minutes watching this little lazy trike, and she's showing no signs of wanting to get up. So the way you can figure this out is you can kind of look at the food bar. So we want the max food bar is 500 or 5,100, and you want it to be about half of that, right? So that means you're going to want to be at least 2,550. And so what you do is you take and you set a timer, like 60 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever, and you watch the food go down, and that'll give you a rate. And then you divide the number that you want that has to go away by the rate, In this case, 2,500 or so divided by, I'm guessing like maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 per second. It's going to be a second. So, and if you follow that formula, you kind of get an idea of how long it'll take for the food to go down enough, and then you can look at the tarpor, and you can follow the same method with the tarpor, and find out how often you need to come back in order to make sure that it's not going to wake up. And you can also, you don't need it to be full tarpor whenever it's just you decide to feed it. So it gives you an idea of how far you can kind of let things slide. So I don't think this is the most interesting thing in the world. So we might just go ahead and pause the video while we wait for this guy's hunger to go down some. You have any thoughts on that, Shang?
No, that's it. I mean, it's not a whole lot of fun just watching the health to drop, or the food to drop rather. But as soon as we get closer, it's about to stand up.
We'll just go ahead and pick the video back up then. Alright, so we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So the trike's food is about at a third or so, but we had a few things that we wanted to do while we waited for that. Namely, we have these dilos over here, and we don't have any place for them to sleep. So we're going to go ahead and put some things down that we built in order to give them a place to live. So we're going to start by taking 2 of these thatch foundations and 2 doors, and then in this other box over here we have a significant amount of walls. We'll probably just take 4. All of the walls. Okay. Alright, so we have a Shang, I'm going to move your dilos out, okay?
Yeah, go right ahead. That was a temporary spot for him.
I mean, I think that's where we want it, but I don't know if yeah, I think that we just gonna have to just move them so we can place the box.
No problem, man. You move them wherever you want them to go. No worries.
Okay. So I just got them all following me. I'm just gonna get them to take like 2 steps forward and stop. Okay. Now I got the foundations on me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and place them. I'm also gonna do the walls. And we're just going to place the building just right next to the existing house. Now, this is going to be a little different than our chicken coop in that we don't have all of the dilos yet. So we're really just going to get the dilos on the place. We might lay the doors first so it's easier to get the dilos up. And we'll place the rest of the house a little bit later probably, just so we're not struggling to get the animals in place. Do you have any thoughts on that, Shang?
No, sounds good. We'll go ahead and place the ones that we have, and as we get more, we can certainly add them to it. That's no problem.
Right. Okay. So I got to get them to follow me again. A little bit of a pain, but worth it. Middle one's not interested in playing. Okay. So I got them following me, and I'm just gonna have them walk right up on the top there. Seriously, guys? Seriously? Alright, we'll just try that again. I'm just kind of inching my way back, hoping that they'll decide they want to climb. I might just let that guy stop. Thank you.
Yep.
So Shang just whistled it to...
Well, that didn't work.
This might be easier. Let's go ahead and build some ramps. What do you think about that?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Alright, you want to do that or should I?
Doesn't matter to me.
It's you got one following you that you don't want. Yeah.
I'll bring them on one at a time.
Alright, I have 107 ingrams. I guess I could probably learn it. Ramp. Requires a ceiling. I guess probably better for you to do it, dude.
Works for me. Okay, some wood, thatch, and fiber. Let's see what we got.
So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to place those two. That'll give place for Shang to kind of just slip off the side and come run back. If we lay down this extra side here, it'll be tougher for him to get dilos in there in the future, but I don't know. I mean, these are thatch. It's not a big deal to just rip them down and put them back up, and the protection that they provide is, you know, valuable. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get these guys in there right now while I'm waiting for Shang.
All right, I've got the ramps built. You want those put right on the face, right?
Right.
It's not gonna let me place one on the left side. It says it's obstructed.
Okay. What is this shenanigans? What is this tomfoolery? Okay.
Can't have that.
So I'm just going to kind of go take a wide route here, trying to get them to come around. Then I'm just going to go right up here. And I'm going to jump this guy and run around quickly.
Yep, you're good. Keep going.
This is a little easier.
Hit a U whistle. There you go.
It's a little easier doing it that way because there's the wall to stop them.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and place the outside wall. But, you know, just with the understanding that we can tear it down later in the future if we need to.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we'll place our two door frames here. Was I smart enough to make the doors also? I doubt it. That seems like something I would forget. What do you know? I was. Miracles happen. So we'll just take those two thatch doors and we will place them down. Alright. And another one there. Okay. And I'll leave the ceilings to Shang, I think. Well, we have ceilings, don't we?
Yeah, I was going to say, we have some pre-made. I'm not sure how many we have. But I think we've got most of them at least, and I'm happy to supplement whatever the difference is.
I think we need 2 pre-made ceilings.
Yeah, check that prefab box. I believe we have some wooden ones straight away, unless you want some thatch ones. I'm happy to make those.
We have one thatch one out here. Do you mean inside the house, or?
No, I thought it was in here. Let me double check.
Can you just make one with thatch roof real quick, or?
Okay. Yeah, there's a wooden ceiling, this one here on the far left, by the way, but I'm happy to make it all out of thatch, at least that way it matches.
Yeah.
So thatch, wood, and fiber.
No one in here but us chickens and dilos. Alright, so the next thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to place a... We went ahead and crafted a compost bin. While we were out, we want to place this down somewhere also. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to lay a thatch foundation right here on the edge. What do you think about... and just place it on that?
That sounds good.
Sounds good? Alright. There we go. Your compost bin is going to be what you use in order to make fertilizer. Fertilizer being an important part of plants when you're farming and stuff. So we're just going to build this little fertilizer box in a preemptive measure to support that. I see that we already have some thatch roofs in here, courtesy of the awesome Shang. I'm going to use this torch right next to this thatch because that would really work well on life.
Yeah, may as well. Makes perfect sense. Let's have, you know, a flaming torch next to things that are obscenely flammable.
Alright, so now I'm going to go over here to our refrigerator and, okay, I guess I have all the dodos off, the mojos off of it. I'm just going to walk across the street and get the
I got a
trike
whole
to stand
bunch
up.
of majors if you want them.
You want to join me? Let's,
yeah, let's go take a look, see.
Let's go make our trike stand up. Yay! We're going to make a trike stand up. Alright, so his health is, his food is about half.
Yeah, just about half.
You know, so we're just going to drop our food on there and then watch that bar, that taming bar, just slide up. That is beautiful. Look at that go. He's eating away like a hungry, hungry hippo and just making his taming bar go way up.
She is a bit of a hippo, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Something about a trike running always reminds me of a happy puppy.
Yeah.
It does. They just run that way. They're like, I'm so happy to be here. Like, you go, little trike.
You do you, buddy. You do you.
Exactly.
So it looks like we might have been a little preemptive here because... No, its food is fine. It's eaten away.
You know, we might be a little bit short, but I think it's going to be pretty close, so it's not going to be a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 1,000. It has 1,100 or 1,000. Got 200 or so left, and we're about halfway. That's pretty close to half. Yeah, I think you're right. It'll be a little short, but that's okay. She'll stand up. I'm glad you added those extra mojos because she's still munching away.
Okay, she just paused on the... Oh, there she goes. She continues again. Good girl.
Might have been some awesome server lag.
Yeah, I think it was some awesome server lag because she had a pause in the munching. I was like, no, keep going.
Don't stop.
And she did, so.
Believe in.
Oh, look at that. Dude, she might go all the way, man. Looking at that taming bar.
All the way.
Ever.
All the way. All the way.
Billy wants to ride a pretty track.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should name her Traxicle.
Traxicle. That's actually a great name.
We
Yay!
Oh, she's so
all right.
pretty. Look at her.
And that's how, I mean, the advantage of doing it this way versus the other way is you're more likely to get a perfect tame. Because I think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but like if, while she's getting hungry, if she takes damage then, it's not a huge deal. But if you feed her something and then she takes damage, she will never forgive you for it, and she will be a less effective tame because of that.
That's exactly right. For people who are paying attention, this was a level 44 when we knocked her out. She woke up at level 64. We gained 20 levels based on this, just based on Mejo berries. Now, obviously, the higher the taming efficiency is and the higher the animal is, the higher, or rather, the more bonus levels you can get based on the taming process. And of course, you want to do this. The higher the taming process is, the better she is. Let's take a look at her stats. She's sitting at 600 health. That's decent. Stam is 300. That's actually quite good. You know, oxygen food, who cares? Weight is 452, that's decent. Melee is 176. And her movement speed is actually 226, which is crazy. You know, movement speed is obviously not like your primary goal on a trike. They're not a fast animal by nature, but that's pretty tight skis. She's going to be an awesome berry gatherer and a fantastic addition to our little family.
Excellent.
Oh, she's so happy. Look at her, she's running.
Happy puppy.
She's like, I love you too. I'm like, yo, we love you too. You're so sweet.
Happy puppy.
Aww.
Frolicking in the sand.
She is. She's so cute. Name her Squishy and she will be mine.
You wanted to call her Trixicle, right?
Oh, that was just a nickname. That worked for me.
By all means, you should do... I'm pretty sure I will misspell that. I'll let you...
Oh, I don't have a prayer of spelling Trixicle correctly, but we're going to give it a try anyway.
Since it's not a real word, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody who wants to give me a hard time about this, you just bite me.
I totally...
It's gonna look more like trike cycle, but that'll jive.
I was like, hey, look, there's a bus. Shang. Jump out in front of it.
Yeah, works for me, man.
Alright, I'm looking for our hide.
Oh, it's in the box labeled hide, because we're fancy.
That is too hard. That is not going to work for me. We're going to have to come up with a better name than that.
Well, you're just SOL, man. That's just as easy as it gets.
Okay, I'll forgive you. I mean, we found this trike saddle in a white drop while we over by the trike while we were letting the time go down. And you're looking at, I mean, it takes 400 hide. That's a little outside of our budget at the moment. We got a little over 200.
I can get it. I'm gonna go kill stuff.
We'll go kill stuff real quick. Maybe we should let Trixicle help. What do you think?
Ah, oh, that's an awesome idea.
Alright, I'm gonna follow your lead. You. And I'm just gonna support your efforts because you are the killerizer extraordinaire.
Let's go killerize things.
I'm just gonna get my do I have my spare on me? My spare slingshot? I do, so I'll just keep that on me at the ready. I see a trike disappearing over yonder.
That's the direction I went. The reason why I'm heading over this way is because you can almost always find dodos, dilos, other trikes. I mean, there's things to be killed over here. I don't bother with the parasaurs or anything too fast because simply they're going to be faster than we are. But anything which is catchable, I think we're going to be able to wreck pretty easily. So, and it's all the better too once we get a saddle on them. I'm going to be careful not to antagonize the other trike here, only because one of those is a level 116, and we do not want to pick a fight with something that heavy duty at this point.
In fact, we want it to be our friend in the near future, so...
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to kill this dodo, and it's a little close to the other trike, so I'm not going to pick a fight on it. You guys might notice, too, the tools we're using whenever it comes to harvesting these other animals, when it comes to trying to gather hide, your best bet is to use a hatchet. You don't want to use a spear on that. And it even says right in this, like if you forget, it even says right in the description what item you want to use for sake of trying to gather that. So it tells you it's good for this, good for that, whatever the case is. So
I'm going to switch the trike to neutral.
Good idea.
So that it will actually attack when we, get hurt. And I'm gonna. Did you leave her here over on purpose, or?
I did.
Okay, so I'll leave her here then too. So this is Compy Island. You kind of see it's surrounded by a river thing that makes it look like an island. We're looking for animals that we can kill to give us hide, like that dodo, for example.
Alright, so how much hide do we need there, Mr. Sim?
Like 200.
Right.
160,
well,
I think.
We got 32. It might be a minute before we get there. Do we want to be, do we want to take a step out for a minute and get some get some hide stuff and come on back in a couple of minutes?
We'll be okay. There's another dodo right here. I think we'll be okay. I only got 12 off of that one. That's bad. We really need something a little bigger, like a trike. That'd be ideal. And more fun. What do you say we try to antagonize a trike?
I think that's a little bit of a risky maneuver. Only because, they're pack animals, so if there's any other trikes in the area, the other trikes are going to come defend it.
Yeah, I mean, it just means we have to make sure there's no trikes in the area.
If you want to, you can go for it.
Compy. We have 4 compies. I might just run. I don't need to mess with all that.
You probably should. If you're anywhere near, go ahead and get the trike in on the fun.
I found a place where they can't really get me, so I'm gonna just...
Where are you going, cowards? No, you don't. I am the compy killerer. Very official title.
The killerizer of the compies.
Yeah.
And that's why you always carry a spare. More compies, that's great.
Well, you're just a compy magnet. You see, guys, when we start naming this area Compy Island, and it's not specifically just that little area off to the side, but compies tend to favor this area, so if you're looking for them, this is a place for it.
killed enough compies right now. We might have met our quota just off of compies.
Sounds good. I wouldn't mind killing something a little bigger, like you said. I mean, we'll get there with dodos and compies. It'll just take a minute.
How about this turtle right here?
Yeah, let's kill a turtle. You get a good amount of hide out of a turtle.
So I only got 60 rocks on me. I don't think that's a big deal.
Nah, it should be knocked out around 30, 40. Yeah, get stuck on a tree.
Sorry.
Now you're fine. I'm trying to jump on its back, which probably won't work. That'd be awesome. I want to be able to pop that thing from its back. That'd be awesome.
Well, we're in water now. I'm gonna have to wait till it gets on land.
Yeah, it'll probably turn around and come back after us here in a minute.
All right, I'll come back. Parasaur's running. That's not good.
Back.
Ooh, I'm cold.
Oh, that was me. I shot the parasaur with a stone just to get rid of it.
Okay.
There she goes. He goes. Okay, watching that health. It's almost dead. And dead it is. Oh! Boop, 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 boop. Oh, you got hide. I got like nothing.
Got 30 hide off of that for a total of 66. How are you sitting at hide?
Current total is at 70. I'm gonna go check this white drop and see if they blessed us with 150 hide. Not likely, but you never know.
It could happen.
Crazier things have.
It's true. If we could find one of those parasaurs that was stuck, that'd be kind of ideal too.
Yeah. Bring it on, Megaprime. You wanna start trouble with me? Just minding my own business. Here you go, making trouble.
I need to figure out what it takes to repair a slingshot, because that's kind of my... I need some fiber. My bread and butter of survival. At least until I get something stronger. Like a bow and arrow that I have 11 of. I'm thinking I might want to try my luck with that trike across the way. But, hey, he's got a buddy nearby. It might not be smart.
My health is really low right now. Stupid Mega Piranhas took it to me.
I see another turtle. I might go have at that turtle. Gonna need more rocks before I do that, I think. See a white drop coming down. Looks like I got some time till it comes down. I'm gonna see if I can get this this guy to be stuck on. I don't think I will, but see, I'm not quite fast enough to keep up with him, so I'm gonna have to put some points in my speed. But he'll run out of stamina pretty quick, and maybe I'll be able to get him then. Stuck. That's perfect. So we got him stuck on a tree, and that lets us get the hide off of him easier. That's kind of ideal. That's what we're looking for. I got 49 hide off of that little parasaur. And no risk. That's the way to do that, sir. Dodo.
Stupid Mega Piranha nearly killed me. This Mega Piranha are no joke, man. They're vicious.
Yeah, those guys will get you. Where on earth is all my hide? I know I had that here a second ago. I have 124 hide, so that's getting there. You said you had about 60?
Yeah, sitting at 69.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get this guy to run right into these trees. It doesn't look like it's in the cards for me. Ah, stuck again. Alright. So we'll just... I see, he's stuck on the left side, so I run to the right side, which kind of increases his odds of staying stuck. And that way I can just get the hide off of him at my leisure. Alright, so I'm sitting at 174 now. We probably got enough hide between the two of us.
Yeah, probably. I ran across a couple of dilos. I'm gonna see if I can knock them out.
Alright, I'll go see if I can get Tricycle to... Hey, that drop fell down. I might go get that drop. So I'm approaching Compy Island. I'm running low on stamina. I'm going to slow down and just walk. Because that way, if any compies do show up, I can... I mean, we got Tricycle right there. And she could save me if I need her to, but I don't want to have to rely on her. She's our only trike. Oh, hey, Troglodyte. Yeah, these guys are great. They give you oil. They give you meat, pearls sometimes. So I'm going to kill this guy. Just because it's never too early to start getting oil. You need that stuff all over.
Yeah, super valuable material. You're going to need it for all kinds of things. You'll use it in even certain saddle productions and stuff like that. And it's used in all kinds of smithy-based items and stuff. It's really, really versatile item. You'll need it.
Plus you get kitten off of these guys, and that's good for armor in a second. So, pretty clutch all around. Alright. Yeah, we got some sleeping bags, campfire, a couple berries. Nothing to write home about, but nothing too terrible either.
Nice. I do, however, have something to write home about. Got myself a level... What is it? A level 104 Dilo taming up.
Awesome.
Nice. In addition to it's just a level 8, so pretty cool. Got one of each.
I'm going to just drop some of these azul berries. I don't need... They're awfully heavy, 10 pounds. And I'm encumbered right now, so... I see a bunch of dodos here. I'm just going to eat those guys up for their hide. We need those for... I mean, you always need hide. Not going to mess with that trike. Do not need that in my life right now. Boy, this is a level 100 and something dodos, so... Die! Okay. Come here, trike. Come here, little dodo. So I might start heading back and trying to make that, that trike saddle. That's kind of ideal, I think. We're getting. I think we're over. We've made this a long video. So I'm going to start running back with my trusty steed, and I think we'll just see what we need else when we get there.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop off my hide in the hide fiber box. It's only 69. I got sidetracked by the dilos. Do I see yet another dilo that wants to be tamed? Oh no, oh okay, that's just mine. It just stood up really quick. Oh, good for you. That's a little baby one, stood right up. And these are males. So again, from what I was saying before, guys, about the utility of the male, you really only need one male to get the ladies to lay eggs. But you know, when you have enough dilos together, whether they're males, females, whatever, they become a really formidable force. They really do. So, they get tough, they get strong. Just, there's safety in numbers and there's strength in numbers, and even if they only do, 10 or 20 points of damage, but there's 30 of them at a time, I mean, you really can wreck things. I've taken down, Rexes and Spinos and Mammoths and all kinds of big things that, under normal circumstances, I should have no business fighting off and successfully winning fights against, But it happens when you get enough of these guys in numbers. So that's the reason really why I'm taming these. I don't need them. It's more of a want just for protection around the around our house, around the compound here.
Looks like I missed. Alright, we're going to drop off this fiber in here, and looks like besides the fiber we need a bunch of wood. So I'm a little heavy right now. I'm going to have to drop off these stones into
I'll bring you some wood. How much wood do you need?
80?
80, okay, not a problem. I can get that for you.
Alright, in addition to, so I'll just go ahead and load these into my person, the trike saddle, the hide, the wood we have on person, and that'll let me know. I picked up a flare gun earlier out of a drop, so that'll be fun to play with later. We're still shy on the hide. Good thing you actually put it in the hide one and not the... Alright. Are you putting in the hide box, or which one are you putting it in?
I just put the wood in.
Oh, in the wood box? Cool.
Yeah, wood in the wood box. How much more hide do we need?
I think we're good. I need a little more fiber.
There's like 800 fiber or something in the box.
Just had to walk to it, which is a thing. Crafting the saddle. We're crafting the saddle. Here comes
Sweet.
Ramshackle Tricycle Saddle. Bum,
So it's like a tricycle seat, you could say?
Wow, I just gained a level out of that, if you can believe that. It was like, it went up like two-thirds of the way.
Nice.
Movement speed, thank you very much. Alright, I want to... Yeah, nothing new. I'm going to go ahead and learn that bookshelf, because that's something we're going to do in the future. Alright, let's go ahead and put the trike saddle on the trike. Now, one of the biggest things about the trike is how much weight it can carry. It's already got almost 500 weight, which is more than double what I have on it now. And we haven't even put any points into it yet. So this guy is going to be a mean, lean, weight-holding machine. So you kind of just run around, let her follow you, or ride her, whatever you feel like. Boy, she's really quick. She's moving along.
Yeah, not bad. That movement speed was a real win on the tame on there. Whenever you guys, just to let you guys know, whenever you tame a wild dinosaur, it's a bit of a lottery. You really don't know what you're going to get. I mean, they may favor all their points in food and oxygen, which has no practical relevance. Or it could be that you get one with fantastic movement speed or fantastic melee capabilities. Again, it's a bit of a lottery. You don't really know what you're going to get, but it's pretty fantastic whenever you get something that has true utility. In this case, we kind of lucked out, so that was a nice score for us.
Heck yeah. So I just went ahead and cleared this top of the hill. It took me about, not long. And this would have taken me maybe half an hour on my own without the help of a trike. She's a little burdened because of all the stuff she's gathered, the wood and whatnot. So all that, and look at this. I think narco berries is a good measure. Already we just got 200 and I think it was 40 or something narco berries off of her in like minutes. Whereas that would have taken like half an hour to... It would have taken us an hour of straight gathering just to get those narcos. That's pretty good. I like that.
Nice. Our newest Dilo tamed up at like level 140 something. So that's a pretty nice... At 141. That is not bad at all.
Okay, so we had a really good episode today. We trained the trike like we wanted to. We added the boxes the way we wanted to. We built the dilo pin there, and we also included this little compost bin for making fertilizer whenever the time comes. So I think we had a great time. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun too. And you have anything you want to say, Shang?
Just, thanks so much for watching, and please rate, subscribe, give us a thumbs up on the button, assuming, of course, you like the video. If you have any constructive criticism, we'd be more than happy to read it. Thank you so much, and, we're looking forward to the next video.
Great. So, in that case, I'm going to have to say, deuces!